Hey everyone, so I am a little bit late getting this video up for you this year, but I wanted to do my favourites of 2013, so I'm just going to jump ahead and get going with them. So I'm going to start off with skincare. I have been loving my Miscellar solutions throughout the year. I have my Vichy one, my Roche-Posay one. I use them all the time. It's my favourite cleansing lotion or kind of cleansing product. And this one here was a real winner for me throughout the year, more because of the price point. This is the L'Oreal Paris Skin Perfection 3-in-1 Purifying Micellar Solution. And this is suitable for eyes, face and lips, and it is suitable for sensitive skin. So basically this is like water. It looks like water, it has very little or no smell to it, and it just dissolves all your makeup. I use this for everything bar the more stubborn, like the really stubborn waterproof makeup, or you know, if I have a lot of eye makeup on, I'll still always use something oil based. But this is brilliant for everything else, and I use this pretty much on a daily basis. When I ran out of this, I had my other ones to go back to, but this of course is L'Oreal. It's available in a drugstore and it is a great price point. You get this usually for about €6 something, but I often get it in pharmacies on sale for about €4, and it's absolutely brilliant. There is loads in it. It is a 200ml bottle, and I absolutely love this. So that was a real winner for me for the year. My other one is another pharmacy product, and this is the Garnier Simply Essentials 2-in-1 makeup remover. This is for eyes, lips, face again, and you can use it on waterproof stuff. So it's one of those dual phase ones. You have to shake it up to get the emulsion going, or whatever you want to call it, and then you just soak it on a cotton pad and then leave it over your face or whatever you want to dissolve, and it takes away everything. This was a real help for me throughout the Halloween month when I was doing my Halloween videos, because it really takes away everything. It's great for taking off latex or anything that was really stubborn, and this is a brilliant price point. Again, you're only going to pay a few quid for it. You usually get it for 2 for 1 in Boots. The only difference between this and say the higher end ones is that the two different liquids will separate a bit quicker, so you kind of have to shake every time, whereas like say with maybe the Estee Lauder one or the MAC or the Lancome one, you shake once and you can wait a good few goes before you have to shake again, but that's again just something really niggly, and that is brilliant. Another great product for me for skincare throughout the year was this Vichy Idealia Life Serum. I'm really getting into my serums and stuff like that as I get a bit older, I suppose, and want to take care of my skin a bit better. This was, I have like a blog post and a video on this, or a blog post on it anyhow, so I'll leave any links to any of those blog posts for any of these products below. But this is a skin perfecting serum again, and it protects against the daily kind of aggressors you have to go through. So, you know, secondhand smoke, pollution, you know, late nights when you're not getting enough sleep and all that kind of stuff. And it also helps to clear the skin, it helps with sunspots, all that kind of stuff. It gives a really lovely lift and life to your face, and this is absolutely brilliant, and it's just such a lovely product. This is easily one of my favourite products of last year. Then another Vichy product that I'm on the second one of this now, and this is the Lift Active Serum 10 for eyes and lashes. So it's a serum rather than just an eye cream, but I use it often by itself, but I often use it underneath an eye cream as well. And again, it's just a little pump one here, and you can use it all over the eye area. You can put it down onto your lashes and it coats them, and it increases like the condition of your lashes and makes them stronger, and it's just lovely for that delicate area around your eye. I find it kind of firms it a little bit, and it's a great makeup base as well, but I often will use another eye cream on top of it for the days when I am a little bit more dehydrated, or I feel that my skin is a little bit kind of under the weather. Then as far as the skincare line goes, I absolutely fell in love with first of all the Roche-Posay CicaPlast Balm. This has been out for a while. It's one of those cult products. You use it for everything. It's a repairing cream. I use it all over my face when my skin is a little bit more on the dry, dehydrated side, and what I'll do is put something really hydrating on first, maybe like the Moisture Infusion Serum by MAC, you know, spritz it with the water spray first, and then put this all over so it traps everything in, and it's so soothing and lovely. This is amazing if you kind of burn yourself, if you have any little nicks or cuts, anything, you know, say if your skin is any way distressed, this is amazing. And then the Roche-Posay went out and brought out a CicaPlast for the hands and one for the lips, and You can see my lips has been getting a lot of love. My hands lives beside my bed because I pop it on every single night, and I am in my second tub of the CicaPlast Balm. So this is an amazing range. It's one of those things that you should just have in your house, or there are 3 of those things you should just have in your house for just everyday use, because everyone will use them and they're brilliant. And the CicaPlast Balm came on holiday with me throughout the summer as well. It was just a wonder product and I love it, so that's definitely great. And then the last real skincare product then would be my Mineralize charged water spray. So in the past I've always used my my Fix Plus, and I've, you know, thermal water sprays and stuff like that, but this guy here is just lovely. It has a lovely smell to it. It's a little bit more expensive, but I don't mind paying a little bit more for it. It is infused with more minerals and stuff like that, and it has diamond water in it, or it has little diamond powder in it or something like that. It's like it just gives a lovely little pep to the skin, and I just feel that it's just, it actually gives a lovely glow to the skin as well, but it does contain more minerals and stuff like that, so it's really, really good for the skin. And what's it called, revitalizing energy, so it does revitalize the skin and give it more kind of life, so that's a great product as well. Now for the couple of hair products, I obviously am going to say this guy here. So it is the Lee Stafford treatment for hair that never grows past a certain length, or if you want to kind of say it a little bit easier, the Lee Stafford hair growth treatment. Again, I won't go on about this because I've harped on about it all year. It has been a saviour for my hair. It really, really helped it grow long. It was a brilliant product. Many people who I have spoken to since going on about this said that they've started using it and they've found it brilliant. It really helped with their hair condition and how it grew and just everything about their hair. So this is brilliant. I since got the leave-in conditioner as well, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I've only been using this guy for about 2 or 3 months, but it's brilliant as well. And then as far as a hair tool goes, I have to mention this guy here. It is this little guy here, which is the Babyliss Pro Nano 200. So I'll just show you the box it's in there. And I got this from Boots and it was only like 20 euros. Basically I got it when I got my fringe cut in again, so it's brilliant for the fringe. And you know, the big one can just be it's way too big for the fringe, and I always like burn my scalp. So basically when I use it, I just pump first at near the root, not at the root, so that it doesn't leave a mark, and then just pull it through. And I don't use this all the time, but it's great for those days when my fringe is just being really, really awkward. And this is kind of designed to be used as a travel, so you can use it all over your hair, but it's just like a travel straightener, so because it's so small it can go into your handbag. I highly recommend that, and of course it's pink, which is great. Okay, now we're into the makeup, and I'm going to start off with foundation, of course, and I'm going to start off with one of the older ones from the very beginning of the year, and it was the Max Factor Ageless Elixir 2-in-1 foundation and serum. Most of these are drugstore, but this guy was, and again it was like a breakthrough product for me. I'd never come across something of this kind of texture before and this kind of technology, I suppose. So it does contain a serum in with the foundation. It has a really lovely smooth creamy texture to it, but it doesn't slide off even though it has serum in it, and it just gives the most beautiful luminous finish to your skin, but it didn't make me look very, very shiny or oily or anything like that. And this is brilliant, and I've since gotten all the colours from my own makeup kit. This was a slightly newer purchase for me. I've had this now for a few months, a couple of months, maybe 2 or 3 months, and it's the Maybelline Fit Me Anti-Shine Stick. So you can see I've used quite a lot of it. It's down quite far. I have that much left. So this guy here, I've already done a video on it, so I'll just link to that below, but this guy here was just brilliant, and I love it for how handy it is. It's just so convenient. You can just throw it in your bag if you need to touch up. The anti-shine technology is brilliant. It doesn't necessarily make me very matte, but it prevents me getting very, very shiny throughout the day, as in it getting more shiny throughout the day. And the Max Factor Whipped Cream Foundation, this was another kind of new texture for me. I assumed it was going to be like a mousse, which it wasn't, and I was very happily surprised at how it went on and how it felt on the skin, how it lasted and all that kind of stuff. So these kind of tick all those boxes. The colour again was perfect. It's the light ivory, which I pretty much use for all my Max Factor ones, and the same with the Ageless Elixir. And this is just one of those really, really lovely skin-like but better foundations. So none of these are very masky. I don't like very heavy foundations. I always like up to medium foundations, maybe buildable, so that it still looks like skin but better obviously than your own skin. And I don't like it too overly sheer. Like Face and Body probably would be a bit too sheer for me, but I like up towards the medium. Then this guy here, I was using it very much at the very start of the year, not so much towards the second half because I was trying out so many other foundations, but it is brilliant. and it's this guy here, the Stay Perfect foundation from number 7. This would kind of be a mid-range foundation. These cost around 20 something euro or 20 euro. And this is one of these, as it says on the back, picture perfect foundations. I use this, I since have bought, again, not most of the colours because there's a lot of colours in the range. I bought about 5 or 6 colours for my kit, and I use this on brides because I just find it lasts all day. It gives a lovely natural kind of matte, satin matte finish. It's not too shiny, it's not too flat or anything like that. It has a bit of an SPF in it, and it's just one of those really, really lovely, lovely foundations. And then I'm going to finish off with a very high-end foundation, and this is the Tom Ford Traceless foundation stick. I was using this quite a lot during the summer when I got it, and it comes in a stick form like this. It's absolutely huge. It looks like a pan stick, which it's not. I did do a first impressions video on that, which I'll link to below, but this guy here, more so for the summer, because the colour that I got it in, Pale Dune, is ever so slightly, it's not very dark, it's just a little bit yellow. When I was a little bit more tan during the summer, I suppose I'm very pale now because it's winter, but during the summer it was perfect for when I was a little bit more yellow. But this guy here, it's very expensive, it's about 70 euro. But again, it's really, really luxurious and smooth and creamy on the skin. It didn't make me very, very oily. I just used a primer underneath when I did have, you know, under any of my oily areas, and I used obviously a powder over it to set it in place. But this was just lovely. It just gives your skin the most beautiful luminosity, and it just makes it look just flawless, and it really is lovely. This doubles up as a concealer as well, but this is a brilliant product if you're willing to splurge on it. Then it wasn't hard for me to pick out my favourite concealers because they're here in front of me all the time. And this is the Camouflage concealer by Catrice. This is one of those really lovely cheap and cheery brands, which I've said a million times before. This is a really highly, highly pigmented product. It would be similar maybe to the Studio Fix concealer, the Studio Finish concealer by MAC, something along those lines. Or it even goes on, I find, like my beloved Vichy DermaBlend, which definitely would be another favourite of mine throughout the year. I just don't have one in front of me here for some reason, but these would be very much on par with each other. So that's the number 10 Ivory that I use, but it's absolutely brilliant. It just gives brilliant coverage. It gives really high coverage for stuff that like might take a bit more coverage. I did a blog post before on covering tattoos, and that one covered really well, so I'll link to that below. Another drugstore concealer, this is a little bit more expensive. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I actually really like the Maybelline Fit Me range. This is the number 15. I use this underneath my eyes. It has one of those like little sponge applicators, and it is extremely creamy and hydrating underneath the eye. It's quite decently pigmented, and again, the price isn't too much because it's in a pharmacy, and I just really, really love this. This is actually coming to the end. I can see all the way through to the wand on the inside, but I'll definitely be repurchasing that. Slightly higher end now, I have absolutely adored my MAC Mineralize Concealer throughout the year. This is in the colour NW20, and it's the colour really that I absolutely love. Even though it's NW, which is meant to be warm and like pink based, this actually has a bit more of a, it's not that pink on, to be honest. It's more of like a peachy colour on. It's just beautiful, a peachy beige maybe, and I absolutely love this. Again, it gives really, really good colour payoff. It's quite pigmented, it's lovely and hydrating. I don't find like I really need to set it, but I am dry underneath the eyes, so I don't really set any of the under eye concealers on my own eyes. And this is 20 euros here in Ireland. A lovely, lovely product. Then when it comes to powders, I really didn't have to think very hard. This is, again, I've only had it for maybe 3 or 4 months because I've always used my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish, which I still love. I'll always love it. I think it's a brilliant powder. It gives beautiful finish. It gives a bit of coverage. But I wanted to find a drugstore or a pharmacy powder that would work really, really well and the colour still be very good and all that, because I've always struggled to get a good colour match with the drugstore or pharmacy powders, setting powders, and have them not be too powdery and talky and chalky. This did it for me. This is the L'Oreal Nude Magique BB powder, and it's a velvet skin beautifier. Try that again. It's a velvet skin beautifier, 5-in-1, mimics the texture and finish of velvety nude skin. It's this guy here. I think it was only the one colour it came in, and it is this, or no, there's a light skin tone and a medium skin tone. Actually, I went for the light skin tone. It's this lovely creamy kind of tone, but it has a yellow tone undertone to it, And it does come with a sponge, but I just don't bother with sponge, but there is a mirror on the inside as well, which is dead handy. It's not just the finish that I love, because it does give the most beautiful velvet finish, like it sells velvet, and it just goes on so smooth and lovely, but the colour is just so bang on for me, having a very pale but subtly yellow undertone. That's why I love this so much, and it wasn't that expensive either, so that's absolutely brilliant. And it is long wearing, it does say 8-hour mattifying complexion, so that's that guy. Again, for blushers, I didn't have to think very hard. There's some other blushers that I've been using year in, year out. I definitely need to mention my MAC Warm Soul Mineralized blusher. That is a favourite for me. I use it on myself all the time, but I also use it on like clients all the time, definitely. But when I discovered these guys, which were the Zoeva Luxe Colour Blushes, they were sent to me a few months ago now. And this guy here has literally been living on my cheeks ever since. This, I mean, I really do like a lot of the colours, but this is the one that I fell in love with. This is the lightish pinky one, and it's called Gentle Touch. And this, again, it just has a lovely smooth finish. It's not very powdery at all. It doesn't mattify my skin very much, and it kind of sinks into your skin and looks like skin. You have your own natural kind of glow that comes through, even though I'm very glowy at the moment because I have the heat on, but it does allow your own natural skin luminosity to come through, and this is fab. There are 6 colours in the range. They're really not that expensive. I did a video on them before, so I'll link to that below, and this has been my favourite. I know I will definitely continue to be my favourite until I find something else that kind of tickles my fancy, but this lives on my makeup table and I absolutely love it. So before I move on to eyes, I definitely need to use this to show this guy, because I pretty much use it in every video for the last few months, and it's the Bourjois Healthy Balance Unifying Powder. It's a 10-hour wear powder, and this comes in about 6 shades that I own, no, maybe 5 shades. I own all of them again for my kit because I fell in love with the lightest one initially, but I can wear it during the summer, not so much during the winter. But this guy here is number 55, dark beige, and I actually use this as my contour. I have it here underneath my cheekbones and I just use it on a daily basis. It's absolutely brilliant. I've hit pan obviously, so I love it that much, but I would highly recommend this for anyone who's pale, who wants something that won't look too brown or reddy on them.